What's good, people, and welcome to my round 12 final team and captain choices. And we've got a real shake up in our team this week, that's for sure. I have already configured my team for the week coming with all our buys on the bench and 3 trades used. So, holding back on using those trades last week to use 3 all this week, I think has worked out pretty well so far. But I'm going to go through what we have done and, yeah, the next steps of what we're looking for team setup for the buys. Alrighty, so we'll go straight into my moves I did make initially. So right here, I did have Roberts here for a moment's time, but Roberts is actually more expensive than Holmes is, and I think that Holmes is going to be the number 1 defender for the rest of the year. I'm looking to get Roberts in down the line anyway. I was just really worried that Roberts was going to have a big one against West Coast this week. The more I thought about it, the more I thought it's not worth it. His break even is high at 170. He probably will score big, like a 130 region, but that's still going to lose a little bit of money for me to jump on after his buy, which I think is coming very shortly. Or it's one of the last ones, I think, round 16. So depending on what he scores, I think I might be jumping on next week because I've got a lot of money on the bench. So we've traded Holmes for Jacques. Jacques is just losing money now. That 31, I made the wrong call keeping him the whole time. He's out. See you later, buddy. I don't care. We got Ison in, which probably a must-have for downgrade options. These two, Ison and Banfield. If you're serious about Supercoach this year, I think they're just no-brainers. Our only options, pretty much. Cook, serviceable, but he's on his buy. His break-evens now in the 90s or 80s, something like that. Just don't think there's much cash generation in this one. It's probably his top-end price. Perfect timing in the buy. See you later, Cook. Very serviceable, but works perfect for our team structure. And same goes with McAndrew. Has a break even in the 60s, so I think that's really achievable. Still got a little bit more money to make. So if you're brave enough, you could hold even further from that. I'm not, because it works with my team perfectly. Just to move him on for the time being, and I move up that flex spot for different areas. So we're more flexible during the buy period. So super happy with how this one looks. We got Banfield and Ison in. They're both playing this week, so they're going to probably be on field, the both of them, to fill for those vacancies in your Horn Francis's, Butters, Petrarcas. But there is some very, very interesting team sheet news. Brody Grundy has been managed. He is not playing this week when lots thought that he was going to go absolutely massive, playing Richmond at the SCG. It was prime time, licking your lips sort of stuff, but he is out, which is crazy and works perfectly for us. And if you're a Grundy owner, I feel so bad, but you've had a good run, okay? So that's all I have to say about that. More information is Dirksen was omitted. I believe that Olmay is back. What's his face? I forgot his name. We'll find him here in just a moment. There we go. Wiedering. Wiedering is back, which is, a straight swap, it looks like, for Carlton. So he's probably going to be sitting there for a while until some further injuries happen, my thoughts. What else was there? Anderson is back, Angus Anderson. So lots of people are looking to move him on potentially shortly, but he is going to play this week and make us a little bit more cash, which is excellent. And some notable ins for myself are some of these blokes in the defense, particularly Houston. I am holding personally. I think that the 46 was a once-off. If we see like a couple of 46s in a row, that might be a red flag, but his break even is super high. I'm looking to just hold and ride it for now. Lindsay's break even is also very high at that 80 region. I think that is obtainable potentially against Essendon at Optus. So I'm looking to hold him and play him on a field. And Coleman is in that same boat as well. But I don't want to move anyone on when they're not going to lose that much more money than what they have made. Maybe it's going to be, I think all their break-evens are right in that region where it's just obtainable or just out of reach. So I don't see them losing a lot of money. And I'm looking to just hold them to flip them at the buys at the perfect moment. So that's why I've got lots of salary on the bench here for those moves, like a Lindsay to Roberts type, and then it leaves us with lots of options. In the forward line down here, we've got one that will be playing on the buy on my side because I don't have anyone to fill that role. Is Schoenberg here? Not sure, not even worth, because they are playing on a Sunday, so we don't know just yet. Angus Anderson is going to sit on the bench at this stage because I'm going to give the rest of these blokes a run. Rechko, Cumming, Ison. Have Anderson. And what I might do is I might have Ison as a... there we go. I'm going to do that because if he scores big, I can put a Petrarca on field. And then take the Ison score on the bench, use it as a loophole. The buys are perfect for loops, so where I can use that, I am going to do that. Down here, I don't think that's really possible. And no one's playing up here. I've got Pickett in the flex. That gives us lots of options with moving, with midfield and forward. So yeah, I think the status we're in right now and prime time positioning is perfect. And Holmes is straight into the side, and he is going to be a straight up vice captain. I believe MCG against Carlton. I think there's lots of opportunity for a high score, same as what he scored this week. And then if that fails, I've got faith in the Bont at Marvel against Collingwood for a backup option. I was thinking about going with Merritt up at Optus, but I'm not so confident in that one. Don't like the Melbourne GWS matchup for GWS particularly, so your Olivers and Ashes are not really an option. Dale could be a pick, but I'm just more confident in Marcus. We got Jackson against Brisbane at the Gabba. Not really confident in that one either. There's just not a lot of options for myself this week, so I think I've got a forced hand sort of thing here with no Butters and no Petrarca, so we're going Holmes into Bontempelli. I'm intending to take the Holmes score, and we can easily do that with lots of buys this week. So Dirksen not playing. It is in the same game. I will be able to get someone on field for a captain option, so not a worry whatsoever. That's how we're rolling. We are 13 minutes from the bounce Thursday night. I'll try and get this one out. Do my little thumbnail. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It might be something to do with Brodie Grundy being out, because that is big news for Supercoach, and it was only just found out about 30 minutes ago, so lots of teams are scrambling. But we are in a prime time position for the upcoming buys. I'm really making a push, and yeah, let's hope this week goes big as it did last week, and we can shoot up even further in those rankings. But yeah, that's what I've got to comment on my team. Don't have any in-depth for any further players because I was doing a little bit of review over the week, what we were going to do and who we're going to trade, really considering a Coleman Lindsay type being moved. But I think just playing the buys is going to be the best way forward for myself because I'm not rushing in any moves. The Banfield and Ison came at a perfect time. We'll see how they go this week. And yeah, we're going smoothly. I hope everyone else's week is as easy as mine this one. Some of the back-end buys, something to look forward at because I think I'm a little bit more thin when it comes to the round 15, 16 buys. We'll get there when we get there, but hopefully we are priming ourselves for that time period. Definitely want to hold back on the trades though because we've only got 16 left. By the end of the buys, you want to have it around at least 6 or 7 to make your final moves. Maybe a little bit less if you've had to make some force changes. Maybe 4 or 5 for hoping that your team is upgraded to its maximum capacity for potential sideways swaps towards the end of the year for injuries or for matchup related trades, which I have done before with those extra trades. So something to keep an eye on. With that 318,000, we've got lots of work to play with for the following week. So I'm happy with where we're at, and I hope you are too. Thanks for hanging out once again. This will be uploaded as soon as possible, and I'll catch you all in our review for round 12 next week. Peace out, everyone.